and welcome to episode 13 of the No BS Health and Happiness podcast. I want to talk to this aspect of healing and therapy work that is generally overlooked and is a massive part of seeing progress in this space. And this actually kind of goes both ways. There's a massive aspect that's missing in the fitness and health industry, and there is a huge aspect that is missed or overlooked in the healing and therapy industry. And what I want to talk to first and foremost is this aspect that is generally overlooked when working on improving our mental and emotional health and well-being. And this aspect is how we are nourishing our physical body. Now, the majority of women that I've supported and who I currently support who've experienced depression, anxiety, lack of self-worth and self-esteem, body image issues, past trauma, challenges with emotional regulation, emotional outbursts, feelings of lack of clarity, purpose, direction, relationship challenges. What I've found with majority of the women that come to me for support for the therapy and coaching aspect of mental and emotional well-being is that they have also been undernourishing their body. And when our body is not being nourished with enough energy, enough nutrients, enough water, enough rest, enough movement, we're going to really struggle to make progress mentally and emotionally. There's actually so many symptoms that you might be experiencing from a mental and emotional point of view that may actually be directly correlated to your physical health. And this is something that, if you go to a coach or a therapist, or somebody that is going to help you with your mental and emotional health and well-being, this is often an aspect of the healing journey that isn't either talked about or discussed or isn't touched on. And I find it is a massive portion of, when we can bring the body to a place of safety, when we can bring the body, the physical body, to a place of homeostasis, we are better equipped to heal on the emotional aspect. Let's say, for example, you're feeling really unmotivated, you're really exhausted, you've got no energy, there's an attitude coming up that's just like, I can't be bothered, I don't have the energy, I'm just not motivated. For me now, with a background in, coaching and therapy work, but also coming from that history of, personal training and nutrition and health, I like to look at a holistic approach to somebody's well-being. And what I know to be true is that most of us are actually undernourishing ourselves. And this has a massive impact on our ability to cope with stress, manage our emotions, think clearly, have the capacity to be productive or think straight or make great choices. And it's also, impedes our ability to actually retain information. And so if we're wanting to work on transforming, negative attachments, negative self-concepts on an unconscious level, and our body is under stress because it's not being nourished, this mind-body connection, this mind-body relationship isn't going to be optimized. And so there's going to be lagging points in both parties that's going to keep us from actually making the progress that we want. If our body is undernourished, not only are we going to be lacking in that energy, we're going to be having that brain fog. We just don't have the ability with our nervous system to actually come to this safe space of regulation. And what's really imperative for our moving through trauma, through healing, through shifting our psychology is making sure that our nervous system is at that beautiful, nurtured space of homeostasis, of this nice, even, place of optimal health. It's so important. This is why having a great understanding of the basics of nutrition, health, stress, trauma is so essential in equipping you with the tools and the knowledge to not only thrive in health, but also thrive in, achieving your goals and having lasting results. Because if we're working on our mental health and our emotional well-being and we're neglecting our physical health, if we're not eating properly, if we're not getting enough rest, if we are sedentary, this is going to have a major impact on our mental and emotional well-being and health. And so they go hand in hand. So I'm seeing that there's a massive aspect that's kind of overlooked on the healing front in terms of therapy work and mental and emotional health. But on the flip side of that, there is also a key aspect that's generally overlooked in the sort of fitness and health realm as well, the physical health realm, and that is the mental and emotional health. So if you're listening to this and let's say you are focused on improving your health from a physical aspect, maybe you're making changes to your diet, maybe you are dedicating yourself to a movement or an exercise routine, you're working on creating these healthier habits, but let's say, for example, you're not paying attention to mental and emotional stress, past traumas, negative inner dialogue, suppressed emotions, past trauma, then there is going to be a point in which our progress is going to stall. And this is a really important aspect. And this is something that I saw was really missing in the fitness industry when I was a personal trainer and a coach before I became a therapist and a mindset master, is that this aspect is the mental side of things, the mental health side of things, your psychology, how your mind is framed with belief systems, your, shifting of past experiences and healing through those experiences. This can really prevent us from continuing to behave in the ways that we need to behave in order for us to achieve our goals. Not addressing limiting belief structures, for example, not being good enough, for example, like having that lack of belief or self-esteem, constantly doubting ourselves. These are going to be pivotal things, really pivotal things in somebody's journey to success from a fitness kind of health regime, protocol, mentality. So if you're on the healing journey and you're really wanting to improve your mental and emotional well-being, you don't want to ignore your physical health. No way. They are part and parcel. They're two peas in a pod. They are related. They're intertwined. They both have a major impact on one another. And so when we look at creating health for ourselves, when we look at it as an overarching system, health, there is a foundation of that, and it is a physical sense and it's also a mental and emotional sense. And so it's really difficult, I know it can feel overwhelming of like, well, how do I focus on both of these things at the same time? How we're nourishing our body should actually be the platform on which our growth mentally and emotionally, with our growth with weight loss or muscle gain or changing our body composition or our performance output or achieving particular fitness goals, should be built upon. Because when you think about it, the way we nourish ourselves with food, with sleep, nutrients, water, rest, movement, that is going to create the platform and it's going to dictate the quality of the results that you get. So if we don't have a solid foundation of health that is underpinning, our human existence, right? If we're under-eating chronically, if we're under-eating nutrients that are vital for our vital energy systems of our body, if we aren't getting enough rest and recuperation, then we can definitely assume that our performance towards achieving physical goals or physical outcomes is going to be depleted. It's, the outcome is, it's not going to be optimal. You're definitely going to struggle to achieve your goals if your body isn't being given enough energy and rest in order for you to perform at that level. And the same goes in the other way. Having that foundation of a solid mindset, a solid framework of belief structures around yourself, a solid emotional intellect, a solid emotional capacity to move through and nurture your emotions is going to be so important in allowing your body to perform at its best. Because remember, stress is felt in the body, your nervous system, but your nervous system responds in both a physical sense in terms of what you're doing physically, but also it responds exactly the same way with your thoughts, your emotions. The response and the chemicals that are released, the actions that your body goes through in terms of reactivity, in terms of your nervous system response, is exactly the same. So building this foundation, this foundational aspect of this is where my foundation is laid, needs to start with nourishing your body first and foremost. And that looks like enough energy, enough nutrients, enough water, enough rest, enough movement. Right? Because if we're sedentary, we're not shifting energy. If we're not shifting energy, it's going to be really difficult for us to process emotions, because emotions are energy in motion. And if we're not allowing ourselves to feel them, in terms of a felt sense, we're not allowing ourselves to process them, and we're sedentary, our body and moving our body is a way for us to actually shift stagnant energy out of our body. And so these, like compartmentalizing our mental health and our physical health is going to do you a disservice. I truly believe that. So if you're on your healing journey and you're working on improving your mental and emotional health, I beg you, make sure that you are tapping in and reflecting on your physical body, your physical well-being and your physical health. Do you feel energetic? Do you feel healthy? Do you feel rested? Do you feel strong? These are really important aspects on your healing journey. And the same goes if you are on a performance or a physical-based goal or journey. If you're making those changes from a nutritional point of view, from a performance point of view, from a fitness point of view, how's your mental health? How's your emotional health? How's your stress? How's your perception of stress and urgency? Are there certain emotions you're not dealing with? Is there past experiences and traumas that you haven't yet integrated and healed through? These are really important for you to reflect on because they go part and parcel. So I truly encourage you, and this is why I'm so passionate about looking at, achieving your goals with a holistic approach and a holistic overview underpinning, first and foremost, a solid foundation of health and well-being. If you're kind of like, oh yeah, but I'm finding it really tricky to kind of balance and manage the two, my physical goals, but also my mental and emotional health, then I do encourage you to join the 6-week program called Thrive. And this is a program, not a program, it's a course, which is going to educate you with those foundational areas that are going to be so key that once you master these, once you have the understanding, once you have the knowledge, you're going to see massive shifts in thriving with your mental and emotional well-being, but also thriving with your physical health. So this 6-week course is going to help you lay that solid foundation of healing and for long-lasting results. If your goals are to lose weight, to improve your strength, to increase your vibrant energy, to heal from past trauma or negative self-concepts, to improve digestion, your relationship with food, shift your body image, build self-confidence or self-esteem, this course is here to lay out the foundation. So if you have maybe neglected your physical health on your healing journey, then this is a great course for you. If you have also, been working towards those physical goals and kind of bypassed the working on the mindset aspect, then this is also a great course for you. So you can go and check out Thrive. It's in the show notes, but in the time being, I encourage you just to reflect. If you're on your mental and emotional health well-being journey, are you neglecting your physical health? And vice versa. If you're on your physical health fitness journey, are you neglecting your mental and emotional well-being? If you get stuck and you notice there are some gaps there and you're not too sure how to fill them, make sure you book in for a free diagnostic call. This is where we can really find those gaps and give you really simple and easy to apply strategies that are going to help you to fill those gaps so you feel completely supported along the road to your goals. So until next time, I'll see you soon.